kinda have a big chance of dying. Okay, I really didn't know what I was getting into. I mean, I had a good guess from the demo disc, but it did not quite prepare me for the depth this game has. The amount of customization for your mech in this game is insane, so much so that I felt the need to give you a rundown of just how in-depth the customization can be. Let's start with the basics. There are 5 different types of mechs that are available to you. They range from the ultra-light Proton to the ultra-heavyweight Heartman. Generally speaking, the lighter your mech, the more mobile you are. The heavier the mech, the more you can take damage. Each mech has a single type of body, which parts are designed for that specific mech brand. A Proton body can only go with Proton weapons, Zerg goes with Zerg. Each have their own priority limb mod that cannot be cross-used with other mechs. Thus, what will differ your mech from the others of the same brand will be your legs, weapons, and option mods. Legs might actually be one of the most important mods for your mech, as it affects how your mech moves around the arena. There are 2 main types of leg mods: legs and wheels. Legs are better at dodge stepping, jumping, and can be good stabilizers, I find. Well, the wheel mods are better for max and veering speed. Each mech has similar weapon loadouts with different base stats depending on the mech. Everyone has pistols, MSGs, shotguns, personal melee weapons, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, EMPs, and of course the most important one of all, optical lasers. There are also unique weapons, but they are much rarer. You can have up to 4 weapons for some quad-wielding action, or you can reinforce your armor by buying extra armor in place of the shoulder mods. Then there are the option mods that are not tied to any mech. Every mech has an average of 5 sockets that each of these mods can fit into. This is where your cloaking device is applied along with your insurance, your compressors, and other handy little buffs that you can add to your mech. Each of these mods can use anywhere from 1 to 3 sockets, so you better choose wisely. But the customization doesn't even stop there, because you can tweak all of your limb mods over at Edgeworks, from, again, light to heavy. Lighter means less armor, heavier means you can take more of a beating. Applied to specific mods, like say, the body mod, the lighter the body mod, the more sockets you can use. Heavier weapons can pack more of a punch, but you end up carrying less ammo, while lighter weapons can carry more ammo. Lighter legs make you more mobile, but the heavier legs can make you carry more of a payload. From super lightweight ninja to heavy-duty tank to anything in between. I haven't even gone into the intelligence chips. These chips are AI that help you with various capabilities of your mech. Each type of chip has its own lock-on HUD, and each individual chip has its own variation of that chip type's stats, strengths, and weaknesses, which are applied to your mech. This includes your lock-on speeds and lock-on range, weapon accuracy, movement, and more. As you rumble with these chips, their stats will level up, sort of in a similar way to Elder Scrolls or Dwarf Fortress. The more you use a particular skill, the faster that skill will level up. However, unlike those 2 games, in Slai, all skills will level up regardless of what you use. However, much more slowly than the skill that you are using. So despite the fact that you're using a daka build, your melee skill will still level up. A nice touch about these AI partners is that they have their own archetypical personality, which is randomly rolled when you buy a chip. This adds a nice personal experience to the story mode, as this partner is more than likely to form a personal bond with you as you rise through the ranks. And finally, we have control customization. And we're not just talking about simple button remapping here, though you can do that. There are also 2 main methods of moving around your mech: directional and strafing. Directional is basically tank controls, where you turn your mech left and right with the left stick, and move around your cockpit with the right stick. Strafing is more like your standard shooter, where you move completely with the left stick and rotate with your right stick. Each of these control methods have their own advantages and disadvantages, so you'll have to be the one to make that decision of which is more comfortable for you. Basically, which of your favorite mech pilots do you prefer playing as? Coop or Singe Lelouch? Yeah, Lelouch. Okay, I know that was a long ramble about the complexity and depth of this game, but I think you need to understand what I had to learn just to come back to this game. And let's face it, making a mech is basically the big draw of this game. So how's the actual gameplay? Well, it's an arena free-for-all mech game where you have to outwit and outmaneuver your competitors in order to survive. Survival is an accurate description, as the AI can be relentless and will kill you if you're not cautious. Even low-class combatants, even though, I kind of wiped the floor with them in the gameplay that you saw, in the story mode can give you trouble, as getting attacked from behind can do 3 times damage, and 6 times damage if they hit a weak spot. Leaving yourself exposed and letting you get overwhelmed will end in death. Speaking of story mode, that's where you'll be spending most of your time, as that will be the go-to place for you to make your own mech that you can use in multiplayer purposes. However, in order to do that, you're gonna need some of that cold, hard, post-Bitcoin cash. But how does one get cash in this game? By rumbling, of course! In Rumbles, you earn more credits by taking out other mechs in the arena. The more mechs you crash in rapid succession, the more credits you earn per crash. You can also get credits by vandalism, and the credits cubes that are given out in designated locations out on the map. Now, you keep any prize money you earn, but if you get crashed, or even lose a limb for that matter, that's going to cost you some of those credits. Sometimes all of your credits, because the first insurance that you get when you buy your mech is utter crap. That's why knowing when to leave a match is so important. Alternatively, you can rent a randomly selected SV, or mech. You can crash this one without having to worry about repairs. But once the match is over, half of the cash you earned is given over to, the mech authorities. This is recommended for first-time players, as it is less risk as they start to get the hang of things. Or you can say, screw it! Become an investor and cheat the system. At the Mechanist, you can buy and sell stocks in the option mod section. The prices will change depending on the given day, and they're always the same set values. Solid state stock will be the same value on day 4 of cycle 1 as it will be on cycle 10. I suspect this to be the same with other items, but I'm not crazy enough to document this, as the people over at GameFAQs did for the stocks. Either way, just go over to Game FAQs, look over the numbers so you know when to buy low and sell high. Maybe spin the right stick every day, just so then you can get your daily 1,110 credits, and let the money just flow in. You can do this for as much as you want, too. The story only moves along as you clear ranks. And because of that, the FAQ recommends doing this no less than several cycles, if you're patient. And now for the story itself. I like it. Believe it or not, we're in a post-apocalyptic world that made the mech sport of rumbling, which used to be piloted by teenagers in the cockpit, but now is controlled by teenagers in their Oculus Rifts. Hence the esports comparison. You are an upstart rumbler that has to earn his way to the top and help a local blogger and her AI chip editor meet deadlines by winning battles so she has stories to write about. Along the way, you gain a fan club, meet a colorful cast of characters, and get involved with a murder mystery that by no way is similar to any other story that has artificial intelligence in any way. Nope. As I said, to move forward in the story, you will need to clear a rank in the day and night stages in the arena. You do so by taking out the highest ranker in that rank of that stage.
The highest ranker won't come out until you crashed all of the other combatants in the arena.
Luckily, you don't need to do this all at once. Coming back to a ranked match that you previously took part in will keep track of any mechs that you downed previously with a skull and crossbone next to their health bar. Note that if you came back to a match that you previously spawned the boss in, that boss will spawn again almost immediately. Now, remember when I said that the AI in this game is hard? Well, that goes doubly once you spawn the bosses for each rank. As not only will you be fighting these super tough mechs, but you'll also be fighting them while the mooks are still active. The only exceptions to these are the regional and world-ranked matches, which are one-on-one.
These guys can lay on the esports branded salt very thick. This is especially apparent when you're trying to find them, but you just can't find them, and then they come out of nowhere right behind you, and you don't even have a chance because you don't even have a chance to extend. Come on. But. Oh, no, that's just cool, man. Yeah, there's no shame in save scumming. Especially if you didn't do the stock cheat. Which you're probably going to do the stock cheat anyways now that I told you. Unless you're a masochist. Even then it can still be infuriating getting crashed if you were going to earn a lot of money through that round, and now you're just going to have to reset. Because you have no money now. I wouldn't be surprised if the game's difficulty with its complex mechanics might be a bit much for some. The tutorials in the battle school are very helpful, but putting it all into practice takes some getting used to. And you know, that really is a shame, because we have a really solid game here. I would love to see more from this series in another game or even an anime. I mean, the story itself is pretty much a tournament anime already. But alas, with online servers of this game only lasting a year, and with this being a sequel to a obscure Xbox game, I doubt that. If you're a mech enthusiast, I strongly recommend this game on the grounds that its mech customization is one of the best that I've seen. Even with its steep learning curve and difficulty, as creating your dream mech is super satisfying in this game. Especially when you take your creation and pit it off against your friend in head-to-head split-screen multiplayer. Then again, I'm the type of person that prowls Bulbapedia to find a moveset for Arbok to help me catch tricky Pokemon during a Nuzlocke, so my idea of fun might be a bit off.